Today I'm going to be doing my first video, which is my toolbox tour. I got asked by my only subscriber to make this. This is just my box that I've had for 4 months now. It's the Harbor Freight US General 44 or 42 inch. Let's start off with the top. Normally I'd have these cans in here, sitting up here, and then these, got my pens, got all the Snap-on, Matco, Cornwell, another Matco, Snap-on, got my company pen, cool little magnet I found upstairs, this Milwaukee marker, I love it. It does everything I need it to do. It'll write on anything. And then my magnet, just cheap Harbor Freight, I think, and then got my wallet, keys, Cornwell magnet, hats, safety glasses right here, and then you got your ear protection, and biodiesel phone pocket holder that somebody gave me from here at work. Just stuck it on my toolbox, so well. And then you can see it's the 44 double bank rolling cabinet from US General Harbor Freight. It is the Series 2, I do believe. Got my grab tool here, paper towels, gloves. This ZEP 45 will get almost any rusted bolt that you want off. Worth, they're a pretty good company. They give us a lot of our stuff. Got my drink here. Going into my first drawer, we got my sockets and extensions. All of my sockets are Harbor Freight except for my 1 inch 3/8 here, and then I do believe that is a 3/4 or a 11/16 crescent, and then all of the rest of them are Harbor Freight sockets. And then got my Harbor Freight air gun with my Harbor Freight fittings. Most of my tools are going to be from Harbor Freight. I'm just a diesel tech apprentice. I'm 17. I'm not going to go out and spend big buku bucks on all the Snap-on tools and Matco and everything. Got the Pittsburgh impact extensions. They do great. I put them on an impact that does 600 foot-pounds of torque. I haven't had a problem with it. Some cool tools that I found that my boss let me have in my Snap-on really old small Phillips head, and then some old Craftsman little small wrenches, and then just this for throwing bolts in, and then always got to have your locking tape for air fittings and whatnot. Got my Crescent adjustable wrench, the 8 inch. It's done me pretty well. I use it every once in a while. My Pittsburgh, do you believe this is a Pittsburgh Pro? Yep. Crescent wrench. This thing is a lot better than I had expected from Harbor Freight. I've had one of their other ones and it just was not very good and didn't serve me very well. Got this light. I don't remember where I got it from, but it does well when you need it to. Turn it on, set it under a truck, it'll give you light for what you need. Sorry guys, that's my boss's brother. Anyways, like I was saying, these are from Orscheln's. They're pretty good. I like them. They hold up. I haven't had a problem with them. We got Pittsburgh Torx. Goes up to a, I do believe it's T50 from a oh, sorry guys, can't get this off. Well, it's a T30, that's what that is. And then these are just Harbor Freight rails. Got my 1 3/8 wobble. It serves okay. I've had problems with it. I broke a couple of them, and I'd never do the tape thing. I've just never found that that's worked for me. These 12 points came in the set with all these sockets. Then got my I do have a couple Cornwell tools. These hex here are Cornwell, the long hex. I use those for injectors on the diesels that I work on. Got this 12-point snap-on. I found that on the Ford. Nobody claimed it. Got the rest of that Torx set right here. These work just fantastic. I haven't rounded anything off yet. This bit holder, 1/4-inch bit holder here. Just some extra sockets along here for the 1/4-inch that I don't use because I have these. We got the Hansen Global. We got the 1/4, 3/8, 1/4, 3/8, and metric and standard. And then I haven't got around to getting a 1/2-inch. And then, sorry about that, guys. And then we got my Pittsburgh torque wrench here, along with my Pittsburgh breaker bars here. And then we got this cool little pen that I found. I'll show you. Sorry about that. And then just kind of opens up like that. It's pretty cool. Sorry guys, my boss shut the lights off. He dumped it when I was making the video. Here we got my tape measure, my knife. That knife, it's okay. It goes dull pretty quickly. Sorry about the quality of this video, you guys. It's my first video. I'm just filming on my phone. It's a Saturday, just got off work, decided to make the video. We got my Pittsburgh stubbies here. They're alright. I think they could be a little stubbier and a little thinner on some of the bigger ones, like the 5/8 and the 9/16. Got my Pittsburgh set of wrenches here. They do okay. They haven't rounded too many bolts off, and they haven't broke. I haven't broke yet. One problem I do have with these is that they like to rust. Got another snap-on that I found and nobody claimed it, so I just put it in my box, and if somebody claims it, then I'll give it to them. We got the Harbor Freight extra long set of wrenches. So far, the only thing I've seen is that sometimes these opened end wrenches here will open a little too much and flex, and then you not be able to take the bolt off. Other than that, they have done alright. I like that it goes up to the 1-inch from the 3/8, and then I think it might only skip one size. I don't know what size that is right now. Going down to this is my metrics. Got my Pittsburgh 16 because I don't have it in my regular set here. I like this. I like these wrenches well enough. They're not very good quality at all, but they do the job that I need them to do since I'm only part-time. More stubbies, still would like some of them to be smaller. The other set, the metric set of the extra long wrenches, they do just as good as the other ones. And then in here we have a, I do believe it's a Blue Point 10mm that I found that nobody claimed up to, so I just put it in my box waiting for somebody to claim. Here we have my pliers drawer. We got Master Force side dikes. They do alright. I sometimes have to borrow one of my co-workers' set of side dikes to cut some stuff because these don't cut very well. Snap-on wire strippers. I have these ones here, but I've used these ones here and I just love them, so I had to buy them. I do every once in a while get high quality tools that I need, and like here I have the Harbor Freight wire strippers. They do alright. I would prefer not to use those. I have another set of wire strippers that I use more often. Sorry for the shakiness of the video. Like I said, just filming on my phone Saturday afternoon. Got my needle nose Quins. These are from Harbor Freight. These actually, I love these pliers. They do great. They haven't broke, never rust. I don't have a problem with them. Good old Vice Grip Irwin. They're great. I mean, that's just how it is. They serve me well. They lock tight, hold on to everything I need. Good old Craftsman pliers here. These are just some pliers that my boss gave me when I came in because I didn't have a good set of slip joint pliers. I got the 8-inch and 6-inch, I think, and then I got the long side dikes. Those come in handy for those really hard to get to zip ties and stuff like that. These are some Harbor Freight, what do you call them? Adjustable pliers, I don't know. But they do alright. They actually do serve pretty well for what I need them for. Got the long Harbor Freight Pittsburgh needle nose pliers, and then the 90-degree. They serve okay, but the only thing I see with them is that they flex the handle. Is the material that they're made with isn't very good. Got some tin snips. Every once in a while I'm gonna need those. You use them more than often than I would think I would, but I do. Some cheap Harbor Freight, the ones that came in a kit, needle nose. They're the small little 5.5-inch, and then these came in an Amazon kit. I don't know what size they are, but they work all right. They're spring loaded and everything. These are Menards Tool Shop zip tie flush cutters. They work pretty well for what I need them for. Just, you know, flushing zip ties, because you don't want to be that guy that leaves the jagged edge for the next guy. Over here we got some extra hose for just whatever I need it for. And moving on to the next drawer, we got my pry bars and chisels. This is just Pittsburgh heavy duty chisels. It goes from this really big ones up here, got your punches, and you got your center punches and whatever you need, really. I've used them. They don't really dull too much, but they're not the sharpest either. They are good for what I need them for. We got the Pittsburgh pry bars here. They do all right. They flex a lot, and they're not very thick for what they should be, but I haven't had troubles with them very much. If I do, I just borrow one of my coworkers' pry bars and get the job done. We got the lady foot or crow's foot, whatever you want to call them. These do pretty good. They haven't really given me any problems. I wish they had a size in between that one there and that one there, because sometimes I just need a little bit bigger than that, but a little bit smaller than that. Sorry for the lighting, guys. My boss left and shut the lights off. And here we have my hammer drawer, and then my Amazon bit set that my ex gave me, but I decided not to throw it away because it's a waste of money. So we got the Harbor Freight 24 and then the 16 ouncer. Sorry about that, moving that out of the way. The 16 ounce, and then we have Menards or Harbor Freight 2-pound sludge, the little mini sludge, and then got the Menards little mini ball peen. That actually comes in handy more often than I would think it would, but I need it a lot. We have the 2.5-pound Pittsburgh dead blow here. I use it quite often. It's pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it breaking. Hits hard, does what it needs to do. Harbor Freight Hardy gloves, the winter ones, they do pretty well. Haven't had any problem with those. They keep my hands warm in the winter. 1.5-pound dead blow from Harbor Freight, does alright, doesn't have any problems, same as the other one. In the very bottom drawer here we have my hoodie. I just put that there every day. Extra pair of jeans, Harbor Freight tool bag, use it all the time when I go out on service calls with one of the guys. We got notebooks, microfiber cloth towel, Boss's Bobcat, needed that, but I haven't gotten around to it. Cheat sheet, that's paper for me. Let's see, what else do we got? We got another cheat sheet here. We got a cheat sheet here, and then we got a booklet of our application guide, and then down there just a bag for butt connectors. You'll see those here in a little bit. Hoodie getting in the way. Over here, come to the small side here, we have my wrench drawer, and then let's just go through this real quick. We have the Harbor Freight 1/2 inch long flex head, the biggest one you can get for this. I think it's the Pittsburgh Pro. I haven't used it too very much, but so far it's done what it's needed to do. This is my 1/2 inch Pittsburgh that came in the 214 piece kit or something, like 221, whatever. It's great, haven't had any problems with it. It's one of my smoother ratchets actually. I use it all the time. Here's my long 3/8 flex head. It's the Pittsburgh Pro. Use it all the time. Love it. Don't have any problems with it. Here's my gear wrench 3/8 flex head. It's got the sorry about that. It's got the button. Ooh. It's got the button style lock on it. Doesn't have the hog ring like the rest of them. Got the Pittsburgh 3/8. Came in the kit with the 1/2 inch there. It does all right. It's not quite as smooth as the 1/2 inch, but it does what it needs to do. Here we got my gear wrench, 3/8 84 tooth. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go turn on the lights here so I can have better lighting. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go back over there. Sorry for that, guys. I just had to turn that on because my light here is starting to die. Alright, so where were we? Okay. We were on this gear wrench here. Yeah, it's the 84 tooth. I mean, it's pretty smooth. It does what I need it to do. Don't really have problems with it. This is a cool little SK ratchet, I do believe I found. I think it's missing a tooth, so I don't ever use it. I just think it's cool because it's old, and I just decided to save it because it was just outside or wherever I found it, and it was just rusting away. We have the Pittsburgh Pro 1/4 inch swivel head. I use it all the time, use it as a driver, but the only problem I have with it is that it isn't a very smooth tooth. It's just, you hear it's kind of rough. And in here we have the Tecton 90 tooth 1/4 inch. I think this is the 6.5 or 8. Good chrome, good quality. It's great ratchet, but I don't use it very often because it's so shiny. I don't want to really ruin it, but in here, it's good quality sound. This ratchet is actually, I originally had the 1/4 inch version of this from the kit, but when I went in, they didn't want to open a kit, so I just told them to give me one of these if they could, and they said that's alright. So it's the composite one, and it's the 1/4 inch. It's fairly smooth if you can hear it, and then the only problem I have with it is that this doesn't like to hold any of my extensions, or any extension that I found, whether it be Pittsburgh, Snap-on, Matco, Cornwell, doesn't matter. It doesn't want to hold extensions for some reason. It'll hold sockets just great though. This ratchet here, I love this thing to death. I had to warranty it, so this is a new one, but my original one I bought from Menards, and $8. The greatest $8 I've ever spent in my life. I use this ratchet every single day. It's never failed me until it broke, and that was just because I was putting too much pressure on it. That was my fault. It's the 84 tooth gear wrench 1/4 inch flex head, and it's smooth and strong. Does what I need it to do. Can't give that thing enough praise. Here we have the Matco 88 tooth long 1/4 inch straight note flex head. It's smooth teeth. It does what I need it to do. Breaks loose bolts, doesn't break, it doesn't giving me any problems at all. Got my gloves and my safety glasses. Got my screwdriver, scrapers, picks, engine brush, whatever you want to call it. More picks here. These picks I got from my local Ace Hardware, I do believe. They work great for what I need them for. This engine brush I use for 7.3 injector cups and stuff like that, and cleaning out the bores. These picks, I have a Matco and a Cornwell. I use the Cornwell all the time. Matco's new, so I just don't use it very often. The cheap mirror that I got with the magnet up there. Couple bits that I got from my local hardware store. I don't use them ever, but they're in there if I need them. OEM tools, scraper, gasket scraper, got from Amazon. It works for what I need it for, but I prefer this one because it works better. Actually, I think this is supposed to be a putty scraper because I got it from Menards in the putty area, but I just use it for a gasket scraper. It works great. Bit extension, don't ever use it, don't really know why I have it, but I do. Merlin, not adapters, air fittings and whatnot. Cornwell, coolant hose pick, if you will, or whatever you want to use it for. Only problem I ever have is that pointy end there. Let's see if it'll focus. Apparently not. There we go. That pointy in there, it breaks the hose, or rips the hose. Here we have my Harbor Freight screwdriver. Just one of the ones that you can get out of that bin or whatever you want to call it. It works great. I love it. This came in the kit with the 221 or whatever. I don't ever use it. My Matco Christmas tree popper thing. Love it. Great. Never had a problem with it. Use it all the time. Snap-on screwdrivers. These are fairly new to my toolbox. I only got them because this one I was starting to use, but I got these ones and I don't use them very often because I don't want to ruin them yet, but I will start using them because I know there's no point in having them if I'm not going to use them. Kind of a junk drawer here. Razor blades, extra flashlight. I use string light, the pen light, greatest flashlights I've ever had. I've dropped them in coolant buckets, oil buckets, whatnot, whatever you can put against there. I've had it ran over by a truck. Whatever you do to it, it'll still survive. Here we have thread sealant. It's the liquid stuff, so you just squirt it on there, get it done. It works great, love it. Harbor Freight brushes. I got the other small ones up here, came in a kit. Use them all the time, works great, love them. Pens, paint markers, tire pressure, little pocketbook thing, some AAA batteries, flashlight here, razor blades, got enough of those, got some here, and got some there. These are right here, these are Harbor Freight box cutters or whatnot. This small one and this one, I use them all the time. They're great. Got the little Harbor Freight pocket air driver thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't use it very often. Air gun. It's kind of cool. Just figured I'd grab it. I use it every once in a while. Just a spare air gun here. Little bits and everything, whatnot. More razor blades. Here's my electrical drawer. This is just, I think I used the free coupon for this. I'm gonna get rid of it and get a good one because that never is accurate. We have these non-insulated crimping tool things. Love those. I think it's the best way to do wiring. You strip it, put this on, make sure you have this on, crimp that down, put that over it, heat shrink it down. This I got from Harbor Freight. It's got the adhesive. It's crate, 42 pieces, $8. I use it all the time. Everybody in the shop loves it. Would recommend it highly. Just some tape. Harbor Freight Cobalt bits, I think. I never use them, but I don't know. I don't like the fact that, here, let me see if I can show you guys. These big ones here do not have, see if I can get it out here. They don't have like the square edge. They're just round. So if you get on something that's hard to drill into, you're gonna have to make sure you can tighten down your chuck enough. Otherwise, they'll slip on the drill. Harbor Freight test light, never had a problem with it. Works great, love it. I don't really care to upgrade to a snap-on or anything. Little torch I got at a truck stop. Harbor Freight battery terminal cleaner. Wire strippers, these are the ones that I was talking about earlier that I would prefer over the Pittsburgh ones. Paperwork drawer, everybody's got it. And then finally, last but not least, kind of my junk drawer here. We got my coveralls when I need to go outside and get dirty. Some trim adhesive, Tobo towels, love those things, works great, cleans up everything just fine. And then just spare wrenches and whatnot. All right, well, that's gonna do it for my toolbox tour. Hope you guys liked the video. Sorry for the quality. This is just kind of a spur of the moment thing. And if anybody else watches this, thank you. Bye.